It's cool.
One thing I'm learning is if I go back and tell young me, I would say everything that you're thinking is right. And the reason why I would say that.
What?
I'm going to tell you why.
Narcissist.
No, I'm far from one. But I would say that because I've always said and I've said this to you, I've said this to people, you need couples therapy and therapy when you are married or about to get married or in a relationship, period. And the reasoning why. You have all this stuff going on that you're bringing into one household. That's it. And you can feel how you feel about that. I feel totally different about therapy. When I was going through what I went through my whole life and I knew things were wrong and I was reacting to different, I knew there was something wrong. This is not, I don't like this feeling. I don't want to be like everybody else. I don't want to be this angry person. I don't want to be depressed. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. When I was attempting suicide, all that stuff, I knew then this is where the train has to stop. Because if I die tomorrow, who gonna care? Because I can't deal with life. Because that's really what it is. It's like a snap in your mind and you just can't deal with it. So I seek therapy to the point where I was on watch all the time because I was at suicide watch. So they thought I was gonna kill myself. So when I was going through these sessions of why do you feel this way and what is going on and everything else, I had to realize that it's okay for help. It's okay. This stigma of I don't need help, I got this is so backwards because we're so trained to be these strong people all the time. When you can't be strong, who gonna help you? You don't have no support. Who helping you? Yourself? You can't. You can hardly walk. That don't make any sense. So I break the narrative of you don't need help and that I got this by myself and I don't need anybody and I don't need this because sometimes, honey, you do. And if I sat around and pretended and told everybody in the world, you don't need this, it's stupid, don't do this, I would be lying because I'm sitting to this very day because of that. I wouldn't be here today without it because I knew where my limitation was. Even when I got with you, I still had some remnants, I call them, because I was by myself for so long. I didn't have my dad. I didn't know how to love somebody. There was other things going on in our relationship. I didn't know how to cope with it. There was a lot going on, and I was morbidly depressed. I didn't understand anything. Then my relationship with my mom wasn't good. So I got depressed even more. I would cry. I would be moping around here and everything else. You were the one like, look, I can't deal with this. You got to figure it out. And I stopped and was like, you know what? I still need therapy. I still got stuff going on with myself. The thing with me is I'm not afraid to admit when my brain can fail me. Because my brain can fail me. And it will. Because I'm human. So for me to sit here and pretend that, it's dumb and I don't need it, that's that narrative that we have been trained all of our lives. You don't need it. You just keep going. You keep pushing. You keep grinding. You keep focused. That's a dumb narrative. And I don't like using the word dumb, but that is a dumb narrative. And for me, therapy saved my life. And it saved my relationship. It saved my relationship with my mom. It saved my relationship with my father. And it made me a better person for my sons. Because I can't be who I am today without having my brain right. Because I'm not going to spill the same poison into my sons. I'm just not going to do it. So when it comes down to things, and if I don't think it's right, I'm like, I shouldn't be thinking this way. Oh, I shouldn't be fearful of this. Oh, I shouldn't have that thought in my mind. I shouldn't do. You're right. Something in you broke. What broke? Figure it out. It's okay to say, I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea what happened. Because a lot of this stuff I just took on being born. A lot of it I took on. A lot of it happened in my traumatic situations. A lot of it brought out. A lot of the things I went through in my life, it brought out of there. But I will sit here and I will tell anybody who watches this video, If you feel like something is broken, seek help. Don't think you can do this yourself. Do not think you can do this yourself, because your brain will start to unravel and tell you things that are not true. And then you'll be in a different place that you can't get back from. So if you feel away, get the help. I don't care who tells you what. At the end of the day, it's your life. It's you as a person. And when you do go into it, have an open mind to understand, I don't know everything. I don't. This person don't know me, but they're not biased. So they don't know my life. So they can't judge me according to my life because they don't know me. So they can give me the information I need to feed my better self because they don't know me. So that is what I would give to anybody who is contemplating, was told that if you go to therapy, you're crazy, told it's stupid, told it this, that, and the other. Do it for you. Do it for your children. Do it for your family. Do it for your own well-being. Do it for just for you to be a better person. Being better is good. Being the old you is dumb. It is. Let go of all the brokenness that you're holding on to because you feel like it's what I'm supposed to be. You're not supposed to be that person. People that are telling you this, they're liars. You're not supposed to be broken. And that's kind of how I feel about therapy. Not because I went to school, for psychology, not because of any of that, because I am a living witness of what it does and what it can do. Don't lose your life over what somebody tells you. That's it. That's what I got to say about it. But yeah, pretty much. And if you're married, get therapy too. Couples therapy helps because you may not understand each other. There's nothing wrong with that. Do it. Work on it. Keep doing it. Just because you do it once doesn't mean it's just going to magically disappear. Keep doing it. You need it. Keep practicing. Keep working on what they're being told you to do. It's a muscle. Your brain is a muscle. Old habits die, but they don't die quick. Exercise that muscle. You guys can be a good bond if you work together to exercise the same muscle. Don't be stagnant. I'm telling you right now, I can only be an advocate for it. I was an advocate for like 3+ years about mental health. I was an advocate for therapy. Charlamagne God did a whole thing about it. I was on the same panel of that. You have to seek it, including our people. And that is the biggest issue I have with people that have an issue with it, because we're just so brainwashed. We're just brainwashed. We're brainwashed. So that's how I feel about it. Yeah. So I had to tell a little bit of my story because I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for it. So if that's the confirmation you needed, please just take that confirmation and do what you have to do. If you got to inbox us and ask us about therapy and everything, by all means, please. Please, I will, by all means, help you, because I'm about people. I'm about better, and I'm about mental illness, mental health. That's what I'm about. We got to raise a different generation, man. We just do. We just do. So, yeah. That's pretty much my viewpoint on therapy. And why I'm an adamant for it. My mom told me I was crazy. She told me I needed therapy. She didn't need it. So you're not going to have support. You may, but you may not. Sometimes you got to walk the line by yourself. I'm going to tell you this. When you walk that line, you're a better person. Doors will start to open and you'll become better. Just trust me on this. Trust me on it. Just seek the help. That's it. That's it. Talk to somebody, not your friend, not your mom, not your dad. Talk to somebody who does not understand anything that you have went through and is non-biased, who can give you a clear viewpoint of what to do. Not something they heard from Becky, Sarah, this person. They can give you like, hey, this is what you're going through this because this is what broke. This is the next step to fix it. That's it. That's it. So yeah, that's why I wanted to be in forensics, because I wanted to know why people snap. I'm good at that. I'm like doing that. So, yeah, that's my viewpoint on therapy.
That was perfect.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm very, that takes a lot from me because I was that person. So, and this has nothing to do with you, but when people say things like therapy's stupid or doesn't work, it just breaks me because it's not true. It's the fact that we don't receive it because we don't want to receive there's something wrong. We don't want to receive. Who wants to be told something's wrong with them?
I don't receive it.
You know what I'm saying? I know.
I don't receive it at all.
I know. You and half the billion people around the world. And that's the problem. That's why we have issues that we do, because we don't want to receive we don't want to receive something is wrong. And it's okay to have something wrong. Fix it. It's not okay to walk around and not fixing it because you're just pouring your poison into the world. That's all you're doing. You're not dealing with it and moving and becoming better. You're not releasing all this weight. You're not doing it. You're just not doing it. You're not. And that's one thing I would teach our sons. Listen, that is not your burden to carry, period. It's not. It's nothing for you to worry about. You shouldn't be taking that on because, again, you already have more than enough just being a person. I'm not about to burden you with extra stuff. I'm just not. I want you to have a safe place to talk. I want you to feel comfortable talking and not scared. Oh, I don't want to say nothing. Talk. Be yourself. Talk. Know your emotions. Deal with every single one of them. Know how to deal with them and how to work with them. Not to sit over there and to build it up inside and then just explode. That's not emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, you have to be intelligent to your own emotions. And if you're not, that's when you break. Just what it is. Just what it is. So there's like key things that I look at and I've read, and I'm telling you, it's just, the mind is so much deeper than what we know. And that's why I tell people all the time, like, it's deeper than what we know. They be like, oh, but everybody has been this mind control because of what we went through, what we dealt with. So now we have these little movies playing in our head and we become that movie instead of us saying, you know what, I saw that movie, I understand the movie, next. We just rehearsed it over and over and over and over and over. Now we become this person and we're wondering why. That's why. You gotta learn to let go. You gotta let go and you have to build to be a better person. That's it. I think I love Bluey for that reason. There's an episode, and I showed you this episode.
Yeah.
Where the father was so upset. And we don't know why the dad is upset. But Chili was like, listen, let it go. And he was like, I know. Didn't want to let it go. And then he goes and takes his youngest daughter, Bingo, to get some sticks or gather some sticks or something like that. And then she builds this turtle or something. I can't remember if it was a turtle, bird, something, duck.
It was a seagull
duck
or something. Yeah, it was like a bird.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. Yeah. It's one of the new episodes.
The episode was a good one.
They're gathering other sticks. You know, they just made the bird and they walked away. And a bunch of kids just came by being kids. This is like everyday life. Took the stick and ruined her little creation. So when she went over there, she got upset. And she was like, why did they do this? And, you know, Dad tried to explain, you know, they're just being kids. No one really understood. And she just was like, well, I'm angry. First emotion, angry. So he tried to explain to her, like, it's fine. We can rebuild it, blah, blah, blah. She didn't want to hear it. Nope. I'm angry. Now, the oldest sister is with her mom and she's playing a game or whatever and having a good time. And she wanted to show her younger sister what she did. So she brings her over there and her basically younger sister was like, I'm upset and I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to see what you got going on. And her older sister was like, well, why are you upset? So she explains what happened. And she's like, something I've learned in school, which we don't teach in school, emotional intelligence. One thing I've learned in school is you gather up all the anger, the hurt, your sadness, your depression, you gather it up and you put it in a big ball. And then she turned around and she said, you throw it into the ocean to let it go. And they played it like they did it like they're kids, like, you know, little things. You hide it, got some in your ears and shake them out your ears and everything else. And she's like, you just got to let it go. And she let it go. And she's like, how do you feel? She's like, I feel a lot better. and they went off and they played, and the father stayed back. And he basically did exactly what the children did. He was like, you know what? At this point, I got to let it go. And his whole feelings, he gathered all his stuff and threw it into the ocean. Stuff like that is how we should look at life. Some things are harder to let go than others. I get that. But that is why there's different puzzle pieces for different things. You cannot get over certain things on your own. You need extra help, which is therapy. That's all that is. It squeezes right into that. You being mad because someone, hit your car and you flipping out, there's a deeper root in that. It's deeper. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we don't know. It goes back to our childhood. It always goes back to our childhood because there was something fractured at that time that caused the situation that you are in currently. And we don't want to deal with that because we just feel like we bypassed that our whole life. So that's why I look at things and when I read these articles and I read these books and they talk about this is stuff they're talking about now. I've been talking about this for a very long time. And I just look at things and I'm like, okay, I'm not crazy. So that's why I seek therapy, because there's things that I don't understand sometimes. I don't know why I react this way. I don't know why I'm petrified or scared of this and why I dealt with abandonment and how I got, that stuff I didn't understand myself, so I had to learn. And once I learned, what you learn, you teach. That's how it's supposed to be. So that's why I'm so strong about mental illness and stuff like that and mental health. I'm a mental health bat. Like someone come to me like, oh, I got a convention about mental health and I want you to speak on it. I will be the first. Listen, I got stuff for you. I got, case studies. I can read articles. I can list it. Cause that was when I was in school, that was my baby, because the brain is amazing. And it might be weird to some people, but the brain to me has always been amazing since I was little. Why do people do what they do? Why? So, and that's why I continue to grow, because now that we're having children, I watch Champ, and his development is everything I've read. Everything I've read is him. So it's kind of like, okay, so what I'm saying is true. And that's why I say, seek the help you need. Become better for the future. That's all. Yeah. So, yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah. You tired?
No.
No, okay.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling that way at all. That was perfect.
Yeah. I'm adamant for that.
Yeah.
I bat for that. I definitely bat for that. So that's why I send a lot of a lot of mental thinking and therapy stuff, and I repost it because I just need.
When you send that stuff to me or whatever,
mm-hmm.
How do you interpret that I take it? What do you think that I get out of it when you send it to me?
Sometimes I don't think you receive it at all. Sometimes, not all the time. Yeah, I don't think sometimes you receive it. Because some things I do send could be a little bit not over the head, but a little much at times. Because my brain is always like, oh my God, babe, this will be a good discussion. Or, babe, this is something, you think about this, think about, you know what I'm saying? So it's just things like that. I think about logical things, like things to grow mentally. And if I see it, I snatch it. Like that, it's like, to me, it's like filling me up, because spiritually, if I get filled with God and praying and reading my Bible and stuff like that, but then mentally I got to be filled too. So that stuff just kind of it just makes me be like, what, that makes sense. Wow, that makes a lot of sense. Let me look this up. And I do stuff like that because it's the brain. It's whatever about the brain. It's just, I could never be a surgeon. But someone put it, I was watching an interview and the psychologist put it, psychologists are the only doctors that do not operate on a body part. They operate mentally. They don't open your brain up and look at it. Technically they do, but just not physically.
Yeah.
They're only doctors, and they're doctors. So stuff like that, be like, you know what, it's true. But you got to be open to receive stuff like that. You know, that's when people talk to me, I listen. I've always wondered my whole life, like, why do people talk to me? Why? But I'm starting as I'm older to understand a little bit more of why. I get it. You know, there's days that I'm going through my own stuff and I'd be like, do I really gotta be this person today? But I am. Like, I push through. There's people at my second job, they come to me in tears sometimes. I just need someone to talk to. Okay. Let's go in the bathroom. What's going on? And they'll tell me something that's going on. I'm like, can I give you a hug? They'd be like, no one has ever asked me that before. And sometimes you just need a hug. Like, I know how to connect to people.
You better not be hugging no dudes.
No, it's girls. Jesus Christ. I'm not. Why would I go to a guy? What? It's a bunch of girls that come to me. Guys, no, I would never hug no guy.
3 months from now, 4 months from now.
Oh my gosh. Never. But it's just being a connection with people is all. I think I've always been a people person. And my thing is this, when I leave this earth and my time is up, I want people to remember that. You know, Tiff was here for this, and you know, her sons are a reflection of that or something. You know, her husband had
That's how you want to be remembered when you're gone?
I want to be remembered as making an impact on society when it comes down to mental health. I do. I want to be the example. So I try to live my life that way. I try to do better. Like, when we would, you know, get in fights and stuff, I told you, I was like, hey, I'm getting out of character. Something's wrong. Something wrong with me. You know, and I if I pinpoint that, that means I told you that whole there's something wrong mentality. That's what I'm talking about. If I know something's off, something's wrong, I gotta fix it. You know what I'm saying? So that is what I kind of drive to every day. Like, okay, today, how do I feel? I wake up in the morning and I say, before I open my Bible and I do my, you know, my scriptures, how do I feel today? I'm a little tired. Okay, we'll acknowledge the tiredness. What are we gonna do to get better? Oh, maybe I'll take a nap. You gotta sometimes recheck yourself to understand yourself as well. So I do that in the morning when I'm in the office before I start my wonderful job. But I have to check myself to see what's going on. But some days I'm like, I feel great. You know, why do you feel great today? I feel great because today is Friday and I'm off on Saturday. I was reading, I'm sorry I'm going on a tangent, but this is the last thing. I was reading this little article about how we should approach our children versus the regular, how was your day? And I didn't share this with you yet, but there was 3 questions you asked them. What today made you sad or angry, upset? Or wait, let me flip it. What today made you happy, right? What did you do today that made you happy? And the kid will respond, okay. What today made you upset? They say what they made them upset. Okay, why did you feel that way? Because I really want to engage in your children. The last thing is, what are you going to do tomorrow to make a difference? You know what? I had a bad day today, but tomorrow I'm going to go in and do A, B, and C. It engages your children. Versus, how was your day? Good. You could have had a really bad day.
I like that. You
see what I'm saying? So, like, I'm looking at things, like, this is the stuff that, because my brain works with knowledge. Like, we're raising kids, you know, like, our boys. Like, I need them to understand, like, my parents care for me. My parents don't ask me how my day is. My parents ask me, what made me happy today? Nothing, mommy. Nothing made me happy today. Okay, well, why? I woke up in a bad mood. Why did you wake up in a bad mood? Because I was up all night playing video games. Well, then what are we going to do tomorrow to make it better?
They ain't going to be up playing.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, engaging in their conversation, not making them feel like the regular norm.
I'm going to control the internet. The internet will shut off
I don't blame you.
8:30.
I agree with that.
Day.
I'm just saying. But stuff like that with children, I just be... And I'm really big on this because I feel like God, he directs me, my path, where I need to go when it comes down to raising our kids. I want to be a different mom. A lot of the kids I used to mentor, they used to say all the time, you're going to be such a good mom. And I'm like, you think so? You are. I'm like, why? Because you listen. Okay. Okay. You know, but I always heard my mom, well, you may never know because your kids may not stand you because of this. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to keep that in my mind. I'm just going to try to be the best mom I can. So if my boys have a different interaction, they come in this door and they're annoyed every day, good, I'm doing my job. Oh, Mom, you about to ask me, how was my, like, what made me happy today? Nothing. Maybe Saturday, nothing. I'm going to change tomorrow, nothing. Okay, so we're going to change that attitude. Go back outside the door and come back in. Because you would use this annoyed for no reason. Why are you annoyed? Well, I'm annoyed because, you know what I'm saying? So just change the narrative.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, boys.
Yeah, little boys.
When they get older, I believe they're going to be like, Mom, Dad, like, I really appreciate what y'all did. And how I was raised. Because I want them to do that to their kids. I want a different narrative. These kids need a different narrative. What worked for us ain't going to work for them. It's just not. Yelling, screaming, hollering, throwing ain't working. What's going to work for them is actually trying to understand them a little better, but not be a friend. Be a parent. So
that's what you want out of life?
Yeah. I would love to be I want to be the best parent I can, obviously. But I also want to be known as, like, you know, mental health. My mom really, really, like, drilled in us, like, mentally be intelligent within ourselves. You know, if I'm not feeling good today, let me deal with that. Let me not put it to the side and pick it up on a rainy day. Let me deal with it today. Be mad today, be okay tomorrow. Be upset 24 hours, move on. Don't let it linger. Because tomorrow, you never know. Tomorrow's never promised. So you all mad today for what? You mad today in 24 hours, tomorrow you're going to be mad the day after that. So then when we going to let go of this? We going to let it go. We're going to let it go. I just learned to let people go and let things go. Because you ain't going to kill me. You ain't going to be my puppeteer. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when people have, when they can control you and make you angry or mad or upset, I feel like they have more control over you than you do yourself. Because they can pull your strings. My mom used to do it all the time, you know? But now I'm just very like, nah, I'm okay. Well, I don't think you should. Okay, well, that's cool. That's you. I'm an adult. But my mentality had to change. But now she gets it. Like, she's like, you're going to do what you want. Yeah, pretty much. You can't control me anymore. You can't manipulate me, you know? And that goes with people. People can't. That's why I don't got time for people. People get mad at me. Okay, you're mad. I really don't like how you did this. Okay. So are we talking or not talking? Like you know, that's how my mentality is. But I don't get hung up on people. I just don't.
Sound like you don't have empathy, man.
It's not even empathy. Sometimes people. It's not even empathy. Sometimes people rather drown in their feelings to make you feel away versus just letting stuff go.
So true. I've been saying that for the longest.
So I just let it go.
That's why,
Yeah, but for sometimes you be caught up in your feelings with certain people and certain things. So we're not gonna do that. Everybody go through that whole people can manipulate you to make you feel away versus just letting them go.
Yeah. Like I never said that. I wasn't that wasn't the point I was trying to make.
So I had to nip it in the butt before you was trying.
No, I'm just saying that wasn't the point I was trying to make. But since you brought it up, like like I have been in situations where people have said something and it infuriated me, and it does, and I get so mad with them, but then I flip it on myself. I get mad with myself because I'm just like, damn, I let somebody manipulate me. I let somebody,
so right?
Because I let somebody infiltrate
your emotions,
and I don't like that.
What happened, baby?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck this is on me.
What is it?
Some type of bug.
What? Oh, there was gnats in the lizard cage too.
Yeah, you know it's that time of the
Yeah,
year,
it's spring.
yeah.
No, I agree. I agree. When you start to get upset and so
Yeah.
strung up on people,
So I don't like. I feel that everything that happened in my life that I really like. I try since I've been an adult. Like when I was a kid, that's different. But since I've been an adult, everything that happened to me, I'm responsible for. So things that happen to me is nobody else's fault. It's my fault.
that's true.
I can't blame other
Nobody.
people for anything.
I agree.
I can only blame myself. As a man, I feel as a man, we do not have the luxury of blaming other people for our problems.
You're right.
We do not.
You're 100% right.
So whenever that's why like it's kind of hard for me to receive therapy. It's kind of hard for me to receive certain things because I feel like I'm the master of my fate. I feel that way sometimes.
You are, but your past can dictate your fate in the future as well. It can stop you.
Yeah, I mean that's one way of thinking it.
It can stop you.
That's one way of thinking it, and you know, we sat here and I let you express how you feel. You
Touché.
expressed how you felt for hours. You did.
Okay.
So that's one way of thinking.
Okay.
But then you have the Sith way of thinking, and I think like a Sith. If people watch Star Wars, they may get that analogy. If you don't watch Star Wars, you probably won't get that analogy. But I think like a Sith sometimes. I control things now. I am a adult. I control my emotions. Well, I have to be able to control my emotions. If somebody say something to me, if I don't like it, it's me that gets upset. It's me that want to push it to another level, or it's me that want to, be like, all right, well, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel, and just let it roll off. But it's me that it's myself that I dictate that. Nobody else dictate that. I feel like I shouldn't have nobody come into my area or my mental state and fuck with it. And when people come into my mental state and they fuck with it, it makes me very upset because I'll be like, damn, I let this person destroy my peace. I let this person fuck up my peace for that time. And I'd be like, damn, I should have controlled myself more. I should have been more grounded in my actions or my thought process.